there is a say that Israeli are good of bringing something from 0 to 1, and for example, Chinese are very good of bringing something from 1 to 1,000,000. And I think that technology development is something that is very important in Israel. And remember that we actually don't have locally the ecosystem of the product that we develop. For example, Israel became one of the lead location for automotive, innovation, automotive innovation. Now, you know how many automotive OEM are in Israel? I can tell you, zero. There's no automotive, OEM that do cars in Israel. All we do is importing, and still we are very innovative in terms of automotive. So we need, in order to, have the all full scale of the ecosystem, we need to have the ecosystem. That's why we focus on technology. We develop the technology. Eventually, whoever take the technology and make it suitable for the market is someone who is close to the ecosystem. Okay, so that's the reason why it happened. And eventually every startup is also invested by investor who want to see an exit. And most of the investor can be strategic investor, but there are a lot of financial investors that want to see a fast exit. The investor are a very important part of the decision when to exit and how to exit. So the consideration sometimes are purely financial. Selling of technology doesn't go like selling only. You need, for example, Newsight. In order to sell in China, we established a local company in Shenzhen with application engineer and with business development people that speak the local language and can support locally. And selling is not just sell, but also local support. And that's something that for us, like a startup, if I want to sell in each place, like US, Europe, in each of these places, I need to put a team and support them and train them, and eventually overall the size of the company dictate how much support I can give in parallel. Okay, assuming there are a lot of interested parties that want to buy our product. So I think that overall that's the thing, that we have some gaps in location. We are not in Europe, we are not in America, we are not in Far East, we are in Israel. It's a unique location. So we need to focus on developing the technology and let others to do the promotion of the sales and so on. We are a startup, so we have we have sales, and we are moving to mass production, and we have some mass production in one of the products, but we are still small relatively to to the big guys. But I can tell you that we are experiencing a shortage in the supply chain. The fab are booming. The assembly houses are booming in demand. Everything seems like a big peak now. And what we try to do is just to predict the demand and try to think about what will happen. And of course, there are analysts like Frost and Sullivan, who can also issue report and help us. And actually, we have a very good relation with them, and they help us with some prediction and report and research. But all we can do is just to try to estimate the trends and try to make the coolest product for it. It takes time to do a chip, so you need to be like a semi-prophet. You need to try to guess what's going to be in 2 years from now. It's not always simple, and but we are doing our best about that. Of course, all the AI analysis chip, like CPUs that are specialized in AI, are very important. Chips that goes to 5G are very important this time. Chips that are sensor or supporting sensor are very important. So I think the world is shifting into a lot of sensing wise era in which everything in the ecosystem of sensor is very important. AI, sensing, and calculating is very important. So if I need to guess what will be the next thing, it's of course AI chips that are unique to a specific application. Eventually, everything will become AI. Artificial intelligence is something that is growing and prove itself, and we use it, of course, in our coronavirus detector. It's very powerful, and I think that's what will be the most important in our direction.